Hello everyone, I am Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is gonna be my very first monthly recap, which I'm really excited about. I planned to update last Sunday, however, last Sunday ended up being our move back in day. As I mentioned in my previous video, we have been staying in a hotel for nearly over 2 weeks during our home renovation. It took a little bit longer than we expected, and the move back in day was a hot mess. After days unpacking and cleaning, my body was just exhausted. Especially my belly is growing bigger and bigger, so I gave it some time to recharge, and I'm happy to get back to it. First, I want to start with my YouTube journey. At the beginning of this year, I told myself I want to work on 2 habits, which are acting quickly and staying consistent. In February, I came up with this idea starting a YouTube channel, and I acted immediately by starting an LLC and creating a YouTube channel under it, which I highly recommend anyone who is thinking about starting a social media channel to do the same. Your future self will thank you when you are doing taxes. In March, I started recording and editing my first introduction video after watching a 20-minute tutorial about how to edit a long-form video. Before that, I didn't have any filming or editing skills. And the other day, I actually went back to watch that video. It was kind of painful to watch, to be honest. But I got it started and I posted. So I really want to thank you guys, whoever found my channel through that introduction video. I know it might be hard for some of you to watch, but I appreciate you staying with me. Also, I want to take some time to thank my dear husband, who is my biggest supporter. As soon as I posted my first video, he sent it out to everyone he knew, and it really touched my heart, meant a lot to me. To be honest, I even didn't send to anyone I knew, because back in my mind, I was like, it wasn't perfect yet. I may re-add it and send it out later. I guess deep down, I still care too much about my image. I want to look better and sound better, especially to the people who already know me. And seeing how differently my husband and I handle it, I really appreciate the action he took. And it's definitely one of the qualities I can learn from him. How do you do it? Like this? As I practiced filming and editing day by day, video by video, it got slightly better each time, but I only have time to work on it in the evening. I remember there were days I stay up until 2 or 3 a.m. editing, and sometimes it would take like over 12 hours to upload a video. It was definitely frustrating sometimes, but overall I overcame it. I know my videos are far from being fun to watch or valuable to my audience, but I'll keep working on it because I have so much to share. I just don't have the skills, to deliver it in a better way. I hope you'll be patient and stay with me. Another thing I want to share is about balance. I used to struggle a lot trying to find a balance between life and work. But right now, I'm at a stage where everything is happening at the same time. Like trying to grow my real estate business, starting a new media business from scratch, and taking care of my pregnancy, learning to be a first-time parent, and doing home renovations, and all happening while I'm not getting enough sleep. And at some point, I just kind of let go of trying to find the balance because I realized everything is happening in my life now is part of my life. I don't really need to separate them. The only thing I need to do is to manage my energy level and prioritize things based on that. And when I had that shifted mindset, it took away so much stress off my shoulders. For example, I used to get mad when I was waking up by 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. And now I don't really bother to waste my energy on getting mad. I simply just embrace it and trying to taking short naps in the daytime when I can. Also, I don't force myself trying to keep the house clean every day. I simply just leave it to weekend or outsource it. If I miss a real estate Zoom meeting, I no longer feel guilty because I keep reminding myself that the real estate is a long-term game, is a long-term investment. I'm not falling behind. I'm not missing out. I'm sure I'm not the only one going through a period like this, and I really would love to know how you guys handle it, how you guys went through it. Leave a comment below. Another thing I want to share is about the power of trust, something I personally experienced a couple years ago, which was extremely powerful, and it melted away my deepest fear. I remember when my fear was haunting me, when I was not fully trust, I had to keep running, keep fighting alone in this whole world to gain some sort of control of my life, which I was very successful at it. Because growing up, I felt like there was no one on my back. I was the only one I can depend on. And I didn't feel like a home in this world. I feel like I didn't belong anywhere. So I dared to take a break from it. I remember my body was never really relaxed. There were lots of tension in it. But once I get to experience the moment when I was able to realize the whole universe was loving me unconditionally all the time, and I just didn't pay enough attention because I was trapped in my own little world, and the fear that was haunting me melted away. The tension in my body melted away. And the moment when I was able to give out love unconditionally, I can finally slow down and have some space in my mind to look at things differently. It feels like I am lying on a cloud and not worry about falling down because I know that the universe has my back. I trust the process, and I trust things happen to me for a reason, and there are lessons to learn. I trust the people around me in my daily life, like my husband. I trust my husband with my life because he's the person I chose to do my life with. But when it comes down to the realization that as a spouse, we have to take responsibility for each other's actions and decisions. And when life gets busier, like last month, there are millions of decisions that we have to make, like career changing, babies coming, renovation, and moving decisions. And not to mention, there are daily small decisions happened, right? I can see that when the decisions my husband made doesn't make sense to me at the time or in my logic, or maybe he feels the same way. I can see that there are doubts come around, there are questions in my mind. I can feel that my body reacts, like my breath gets heavier, my chest tightens, and my shoulders tension up. Once I realize that, most of the time, I'm able to remind myself to take a deep breath and to look at the things from his perspective, trust him that the decisions he made, trust him that he's doing his best for our family, for our future. I would even say it aloud, like, I trust you are doing your best in your power for our family. As soon as I do that, all that tension in my body melts away. And the same thing happened with our contractor. Like when things went out of our plan, when things went south, I was able to choose to trust our contractor's profession, trust him that he also wants the best outcome for us. And in the end, things worked out. Even though I have been implementing and practicing for a few years now, but it is such a powerful thing that I can see myself still have a long way to go, and I will keep practicing on it until it can completely replace my default mode, and I will keep updating with you guys. Oh, another thing I would like to celebrate is I get to do the tax for the first time in my life. My husband and I, we filed the tax jointly, and we do have a pretty complicated tax situation. We do have to consult profession, and I do have to stay up really late at some of the nights to figure things out, but I'm happy that we get it done properly, correctly, and I get to experience the whole process and gain some new experience. Yay! Alright everyone, this is all I wanted to share in my first monthly recap video, and I will see you next one.